Greetings and skeletations, my new ghoul friends. I'm Naomi Dillon Sass, resident podcaster here at UIC Radio, and I'm taking you along with me to visit something grave today. This is where hauntings feel like hellos. Welcome to the brand new podcast for everything in the horror genre, from movies to mythologies and mysteries. This is She's in the Crypt. Along with us on this week's frightful journey is a glamorous, gallant goddess, the final girl we all needed with us to take on this iconic film's original and its sequel, Vanessa Kaufman. We are taking a campier trip to the crypt today to summon a demon with a killer wit, Beetlejuice. We will be talking about the 1988 horror hit and its much-anticipated 2024 revival. There will be a trigger warning at the beginning of each of my episodes, just in case today's dark discussion isn't your preferred potion. We will be lightly touching on the topics of suicide and pill addiction. Cool. I get it if you can't listen to that right now. Just leave us a like on your way out, and we will be back next week for a different dark discussion. After this quick break, I'll be back with Vanessa Kaufman, and we're going to do some grave digging into the legendary eyes of the directing styles of Tim Burton. Beetlejuice and its sequel, Beetlejuice, haven't seen an analysis by two queens who know how to do camp. I'll be rolling in my grave with excitement while you listen to this quick message from beyond. All right, I'll just light this candle, finish sprinkling circle with a little salt, and it's ready. This is She's Summoning. Everyone, please welcome Vanessa Kaufman. Hey, ghoul. How was purgatory?
Girl, you kind of ate with that. I can't even lie. I've been having a grand old time, and I'm so excited to be on this podcast with you, sister.
I'm so sorry it's early in the morning.
Yeah, hey, it's okay.
So, what is your major, and how did you end up choosing it?
I am a communications major, and I don't really know what that entails.
Right.
But I know a lot of people in UIC radio are comm majors, and
Because they don't have no journalism program.
Exactly, that, literally. But like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm good at talking, so why not be a comm major? You know what I mean? I'm not doing biochem.
Me either. I'm a theater major, you guys, because also, like, I'm not doing nothing serious. Everyone's like, oh my God, my exams, my midterms.
Hey, I got nothing.
Yeah, right. I'm like,
nothing.
I gotta go be silly in front of like 4 people in class. I'm chilling. So what draws you to the genre horror?
That's a great question. I feel like it's just like the thrill and like the jump scares.
Right.
But I feel like there's like a certain like camp aspect to a lot of horror that I find really funny and endearing to watch,
Right.
especially in Beetlejuice, but like in a lot of different horror movies that come out in the modern day. They're like utilizing camp as
They're
a
literally.
resource.
I was gonna say a lot of them recently are becoming like more funny. Which
You saw Weapons?
yeah, right.
Yeah, literally. Like so camp, but so still scary, but also
Right.
so camp.
Right, like there's
girl.
definitely a couple parts, like especially like when the older adults were the ones who were like getting possessed, that was kind of more scarier. But when the
Right.
kids were like possessed, I was like, I kicked that little kid in the face.
That little kid in the face. And what?
Right, and what? So, what are you most excited to talk about today?
I feel like I am most excited to talk about like the characters. I love all the characters in Beetlejuice. No shade, like shit. Wait, can I not curse?
No, please do it.
Okay, no, do it.
Shit.
Fuck. But yeah, I'm just most excited to talk about Beetlejuice in general because it's like one of my favorite movies.
Right. I was going to say, it has like a special place in my heart because me and my old friends, we would always used to watch it back in California and just...
California?
Yeah, I'm from California.
Girl. it.
Yeah, I'm about to freeze my fucking tits out here
Ah!
this winter.
Literally.
All right, so you know what? I think it is about time that we get into the next segment. This is Dark Discussions. All right, so what better place to start at the very beginning, all the way back in 1988, when Beetlejuice, directed by Tim Burton, written by Michael McDowell, Larry Wilson, and Warren Scarron. This film, starring Michael Keaton as the Juice himself, Winona Ryder as Lydia Dietz, Catherine O'Hara as Delia Dietz, Gina Davis as Barbara Maitland, and Alec Baldwin as Adam Maitland. A star-studded cast, especially during this decade. This film follows the Maitlands, who just recently passed away, and they're trying to adapt to their new afterlife. The Maitlands and the Dietz family end up meeting each other. So the Dietz are an eccentric, wealthy bunch. They move into the Maitlands' house after their passing, and the recently deceased couple isn't too keen on this. The couple tries everything in their power to haunt the family out of their home, but are typically unsuccessful. They are left with no other choice than to call upon the bio-exorcist himself, Beetlejuice. After meeting the kind of fellow he is, the Maitlands soon change their mind, but it may be too late. Mr. Juice has his eyes set on Edgar Allan Poe's daughter, Lydia Dietz. Will the Maitlands succeed in getting the Dietz family to move? Will Beetlejuice find himself a goth baddie? Or will the Dietz family try to explore and extort this potentially lucrative opportunity? So, Vanessa, are you Team Dietz, Juice, or Maitland?
I would say I'm Team Maitland because like they're the dead people.
Yeah,
right?
they're the dead people.
Right,
They're the
right.
cute ghosties.
The cute ghosties. No, I think that I'm Team Maitland because like Mama, I'm a ghost. Like,
Right.
feel bad for me. Just to do what I say. Although Team Beetlejuice, like, I don't know, like.
He cracks me the fuck up.
Beetlejuice be a key.
Right.
I would love
he's in the blunt rotation.
The dream blunt rotation, bro. I'm definitely not Team Dietz though.
Yeah.
Like the family. I love Lydia. I'm not Team Dietz.
Yeah. I think I'm Team Beetlejuice. He's so funny.
Yeah,
I just think like when he
literally.
advertises stuff, he was all like free demon possession with every with every exorcism. And I'm like, you know what?
Fuck up, shit.
Right. He sells himself.
Right.
So what characters in the afterlife in this specific movie can you relate to the most in this film?
I'd like. That's funny. I don't know, like that I relate to. I feel like I relate. What's her name? Wait, hold on. Barbara. There we go. I feel like I relate to Barbara because like I'm just a girl,
Right.
And if I died, like I'm gonna try to get you out of my house, like because
Right.
that's my house. Like, yeah,
No,
and
but
she's pretty.
She is Gina
So
Davis.
what? Literally.
Gina Davis is
She's
like,
pretty and Alec Baldwin's hot in that movie. I don't care.
Right.
Like, literally.
in the last episode, it was totally unplanned, but in like the game we play Slasher Smash, the couple they were in that.
Oh my
they were in that round,
Mary.
and me and my guests were like, you know what? That's like
Hey.
put us right in the middle of that. Why not?
Sandwich.
For me, I think it's the social worker Juno, the person that the Maitlands like go to in the afterlife to go help them like figure out like what's going on. They're like, and she's like, did you read the book? She's the one with the cigarettes. She's always smoking a cigarette. I'm like, I love that. She literally like would disappear into her cigarette smoke.
What you mean?
And I'm like, if I die when I'm an old lady, that's probably how I'm good. That's the job I'm gonna have there.
Yeah.
I think another like really cool character that is in the afterlife that we don't see too much, but we see a lot in the second movie. But it's like the shrunken head Bob.
Love Bob. Love Bob. Oh my god.
Yeah, Bob is like he's handsome.
He's cute.
I bet you he there's a lot of man under that suit. If his
Lot of
head is small on the top, I don't think it's reciprocated other places.
Girl vibe. That's so funny.
Okay, so next question. Sandworms. Is there a suppository for that?
What does suppository mean?
It is a way to take medication through the rear end.
Oh, and I know a lot about that. Right. Hey, if sandworms also make you skinny, why are we complaining?
Right, if they're like
Why are we
tapeworms,
complaining? Why are we
you know what?
complaining?
We're onto something
We're
there.
onto something here.
So, let's talk about like the campiness of this movie specifically. What can we get into? I think the very first thing that stands out to me is like they do a lot of they're cutting between like actual filming and then their like little play set. Like they'll use their play set as like how they're actually getting into the thingy. So like when they're digging up Beetlejuice, they're literally like digging up a set. It's like they're not digging up a ground. It's giant little plastic and like it's just so campy.
I literally like I was obsessed with that like little plaything set when I was a kid.
Literally,
like it's so like cool. Like, especially like if you're considering like the process of filmmaking, like it's really cool seeing how they mix medias in a time where they didn't really do that often.
Right.
And I just think that it just shows another reason why Beetlejuice was kind of revolutionary because like no one was doing it like they were.
Literally, Tim Burton has pretty awesome fucked up mind.
Yeah.
Another like campy thing in this one, because like when the Maitlands finally figure out like they're able to haunt the Dietzes out of their house, the first thing they try to do is wear fucking sheets.
Yeah.
And be sheet ghosts. I'm like, okay, come on. But to be honest,
let's do a little better. Y'all got this.
That would be my first instinct too. If like if I couldn't get myself to like show anything, I'd be like, fuck, what do I do? Okay, let's get a sheet. Let's get a sheet.
Pull the bed out. Pull the mattress out.
And then Delia, she's the mom. She's the redhead, Catherine O'Hara.
Right.
But she's like I remember later and later when they were trying to get them to come down after they were haunted, she was all like, you can wear any sheets you want, you can even wear the designer ones. And I was like, she honestly, Delia, that character, she is if I was rich and from New York.
Catherine O'Hara plays rich out of touch characters so
literally
well.
It's like
Schitt's Creek?
Yeah, and it's kind of the same like Home Alone.
Yeah, literally, like that kind of just like careless attitude. I love
chaotic,
so much. Chaotic, careless and chaotic,
careless and chaotic for sure. Another like campy thing in this movie, I kind of like discovered it in the last episode too, but in the last episode they were talking about the reason why you always hear like knocks in threes because they're making fun of like ghosts are making fun of like the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So in this movie, they have that same like trope. They have to draw the door, and then in order to get the door to unlock to the underworld, they knock 3 times. And I think that they were playing on that too. And when you exorcise a ghost. When exorcism is exorcising a ghost from like the body, and Beetlejuice calls himself like the bio-exorcist because it is the opposite. He's trying to put his ghost into the body. Mm-hmm. Everything is just opposite of what it should be in this movie, and I just think that adds so much camp value to it.
Yeah, that just makes it so like cool because, like I said before, like no one's doing it like this. Like think about like what was coming out when Beetlejuice came out? I don't know.
In the
Exorcist.
80s. Yeah.
Like, it's like actual like, although The Exorcist is a little bit camp, but it's like actual like scary horror, and then it's like Beetlejuice, who's the demon, who's kind of like a like pervert, like trying to mess up your life. I feel like that's more fun to witness, and I feel like I know what I'm saying.
No worries.
It's okay.
The other character in here, the main campier character in here is Otho. He's
oh my god, I fucking love Otho.
The spirituous poltergeist. I feel like a lot of I feel like this is the first time I personally saw it in media where the because we see a lot of like spiritual what are they like Teresa Caputo, what are they called? Like
mediums?
Mediums, thank you so much. Mediums. There we see a lot of mediums. We see a lot of them come into these movies to help like aid in talking to the ghost or getting rid of the ghost. But this was like the first one where we see like a gay guy being the medium. And then I think that I think everyone picks up on that and it's really funny. So then we see it in like later renditions like American Horror Story Roanoke, that season. Leslie Jordan, the really short old gay guy.
Oh my god.
He's the medium in that one. Yeah, right.
Soon.
R.I.P. But he's the old gay medium in that one, and I feel like that was a lot based off of Otho's character. But Otho, he's a dumbass.
He's a dumbass, and I live for it. Like, again, like, I feel like I'm making everything too serious, but like, I feel like that kind of just like representation, because like changing up the standard is also what makes this movie so special.
Exactly.
Like I fucking love Otho.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of queer representation in the 80s, especially too in the 80s, early 80s, late 80s, and early 90s. That's when like the HIV and AIDS epidemic were going around. So we don't see a lot of like that in there, especially if we do see queer people in the media during that time. It's very ostracized in a way, and like his character didn't have like nothing really to do with being gay. He was just kind of gay.
Right, literally.
So it wasn't like
that was just his
yeah,
personality.
exactly, yeah, which was normalizing that people could just be that and also be you could be a dumbass too and be gay. Okay, another campy thing I saw in this movie was when Lydia was like finally ready to like kill herself. She was writing her suicide note. She was like, "I am alone," and she's like, "No, that's not good enough." She crumples it up, throws it away. "I am utterly alone." She's like, "Okay, I ate with that one." And then she keeps writing. She's like, "Once you read this, I will have jumped," scribbles it out all aggressively, "plummeted." And like, she is just so dramatic, but honestly, me
me as hell. I would go through so many papers changing vocabulary words. I feel like that's just so funny because like Lydia is the type of person to like, it's kind of performative in a way where it's like, I'm like so sad I want to kill myself, but also I'm gonna make sure that this note is perfect so bitches know who I am. Like it's so dramatic, and I live. That's so me.
And like, she wouldn't have got rid of all the other versions of the notes. So like, let's say she did kill herself, and you have to go through people's stuff when they die, so they would just go and see all those other renditions of the note, and I would literally be like, "Oh, this bitch was dramatic." And like,
this bitch was not for real.
Okay, cool. So the main how did I forget this? The main campiest thing of this movie is like that whole the possession scene that they do. This isn't like a possession scene in any other movies where it's super scary. This is a possession scene where they break out into song and dance. The day-o,
oh my god,
day-o.
iconic moment, by the way. That's like pop culture.
And they do all like the little dances and stuff. They're getting it. But that was probably the campiest part of this movie, specifically because that's supposed to be the giant possession moment where it was like they had little horror features in it at the end where like the crab hands come out of the table and like grab their faces and push them down and stuff. But yeah, that was supposed to be like the big thing that like the Maitlands thought of to scare them out of the house. Like that was their giant idea. They're like, you know what? Let's make them flash mob.
That was so funny. It was literally like a pop culture reset kind of, because like, damn.
They invented lip syncing. No, I'm just kidding.
They invented lip syncing for your life, sister. It's also just so funny. And especially, that also reminds me of the scene at the end of the movie where Lydia's flying around. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, right at the end.
It's just like so like fun and lighthearted.
Right, I put that. I actually wrote that down too. That she's like a happy goth now, and that was like her reward for getting good grades. She was like, can you do it? Can you do it? And she finally, since she got a good like aced her math test, they like possessed her so she could float and do the song and
funny.
dance.
No, yeah, totally.
That would be fun though. I would live.
I would live. I literally would love to be floated around. I think that it's just like, it's so funny because like this movie could, like the concept of this movie could have been executed in such a different way than it was, but the way that it was executed, where it was like not taking itself too seriously, is what makes it so amazing. We probably wouldn't be talking about Beetlejuice if it was like a serious
movie. If it was actually trying to be like a horror in a way. Yeah, I don't think it would have gotten a sequel. And two, like the death scenes in this, because this is labeled as a horror fantasy movie on like most streaming platforms. So all of the death scenes in here, there's dying. So I think that's why they take the horror in it. But like the way two people die at the end is like they literally, Beetlejuice turns them into like a circus and just like hits them like that strong strength test thingy, just grabs a big hammer and like hits them out. Like, okay, it's like same with Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Like that movie's considered a horror movie, but literally everyone dies from a candy gun that turns them into cotton candy or a popcorn gun or a popcorn machine gun. Like, but it was considered a scary movie. I was like, come on, fam.
Yeah, I'd be pretty scared if I was turned into cotton candy.
I remember watching that movie as a kid. There was only one scene that scared me, and it was when the clown, he did like a shadow puppet, and the shadow puppet turned into a T-Rex, and the shadow puppet like actually like ate the heads off. But I think let's not talk about killer clowns. Different episode.
Different episode.
Back to Beetlejuice. Okay, so I think probably the last thing to talk about I think we could wrap it up with Otho being stupid. He also he tries to like tries to think he's like big and bravado and bad by like stealing the book of the recently deceased, and tries to bring the Maitlands out of hiding because they weren't trying to cooperate with the Dietzes, because the Dietzes obviously wanted to use them as some like big sideshow attraction. So Otho like summons them, like how I summoned Vanessa today, but
Right.
I did it right. You know, I didn't drain your life force how Otho did.
Yeah.
But Otho, did it wrong and is literally like re-killing them. They're already dead, but the way that you kill a ghost is by exorcising them, and then that just like literally gets their spirit gone forever. And that's what Otho was basically doing at the end. And that's what led like Lydia to have to summon Beetlejuice, because no one was trying to summon Beetlejuice basically that whole entire time. The Maitlands did, and then sent him back because they're like, no, he's crazy. But Lydia finally summons him because she was like, okay, that's the only person I know that can help. And that's when she agrees to marry Beetlejuice. And they don't end up getting married at the end, obviously. However, he will hold on to that for these next 30-something years and will still always want to marry Lydia. So let's, right. So we could put a pin in him wanting to marry Lydia. Okay. So
that is me. If I had that shit happen to me as Beetlejuice, I would hold on to it for like the next decade or the next couple decades. I'd be like, bitch, I mean, you're not pulling one over on me.
Right, you're dead. You ain't got nothing else better to do.
Right.
All I got is time. So 36 years later, an excruciatingly long time, the world was blessed with a much-needed sequel. Beetlejuice premiered last year in 2024. Directed by Tim Burton, written by Michael McDowell, Larry Wilson. Those two are the same writers from the original film, but they brought on a third writer, Alfred Goh. This movie picks up following Lydia Dietz's life all this time later. She's a host of her hit TV show, Ghost House. Now, I had a thought. I should have been this for Halloween because that would have low-key been so on brand. Like, being Lydia Dietz, host of Ghost House. I'm Naomi, host of She's in the Crypt. Like, it's just synonymous. So she's the host, and we see that she still sees ghosts and her ex-fiancé, Beetlejuice. She gets a message from her stepmother, Delia, who tells her that her dad just passed away. Now, I just want to talk about how... Charles, that was his name. That's how he passed away real quick. I don't remember the realty, but I know that Charles, the character, wasn't brought back for this movie because the actor in real life like did some shady shit.
Yeah, isn't he canceled? Is that why?
Yeah, I forgot why he's canceled, but yeah, he's for sure canceled. But that's why like they're like, well, we gotta kill him off. Right. But the way he died is honestly kind of like my two biggest fears in life. Like,
but was it plane crash and shark attack?
Yes! Yeah. Like, I literally I drove across the country to California because I did not want to get on an airplane here. Girl. It took 4 days. It would have been a 6-hour flight, but I'd rather have driven 4 days than get on the airplane.
God damn.
And then literally the ocean scares me so bad. I tried to go kayaking one time and I saw people try to like put like chum in the water, and I was like, why are you doing that? While
you were like, I need to leave.
No, literally, like I've never experienced anxiety like so bad. Anytime I'm in the water, it's just pure panic. So yeah, if I were to crash, and I rather would have both. Yeah, nope, both of those are like.
This is kind of morbid. If the plane crashes, I hope I don't survive.
Right,
like,
me too.
Have you seen Yellow Jackets?
No, but I heard of it.
Mary,
it's on Paramount, right? Or Showtime?
Maybe something. I am not getting stuck in the fucking wild.
Right.
Without my shit. Like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I would rather you just kill me, like in the plane. Like, okay, sorry, morbid. But
no,
like...
I mean, it's fair. It's to be honest, because being traumatized is itself, I guess, traumatizing. You know, it changes your whole brain wiring as a person. You either like adapt to how you're traumatized to like make sure that something like that doesn't ever happen again. But even then, that like makes you do something over excessively, like trying to like overly protect yourself or something. Like I guess in the new Final Destination, Bloodlines. Have you seen that one?
No, but I've heard of it.
But so Bloodlines. The one lady at the beginning, she was able to cheat out death.
Right, she like outlasted by just staying in her house.
Yeah, so basically that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so she literally just stayed in her house. So you know, you can't really just do stuff like that. So you got to just.
But that's just like such a miserable life.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather also just have died when I was supposed to die, you know? And I wouldn't have just be like trapped in my house fucking talking to a ghost the whole time.
Like, it'll be like a gory death, I'm sure, if I'm in the Final Destination universe, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't care.
Right.
I will have died living. I will not have died sitting in my house.
Right, I felt that. If I had the option. If I had the option, I would want to die with my animals, but not at my house. Like, you know, I don't want to die. I want to, if I don't know how we tired. You know, it's my podcast and we talk about death here. If I'm gonna die, I want my animals to know. That'd be so sad. Fuck everybody else. I don't care if y'all know. Just show my body to my animals, because I swear I heard something that like animals can process death and they can smell that like your life is gone. So like, let's say you die and they don't process that, they will always be wondering like where you went. They'll think that you either abandoned them, left them somewhere, and they'll always just wonder like, where did you go? Where'd my human go? But if they're able to actually like see your dead body, then they can process that correctly and not know that you
trauma.
You're right, trauma. The dog would be like, take me with you. My dogs would. Okay, back to Beetlejuice. So Lydia has to go pick up her daughter Astrid. This is played by Jenna Ortega. They couldn't have
Wednesday Teas.
Right. They couldn't have gotten a better person for this movie, and I think that this movie wouldn't have done as good as it did if they got a different person for this part, to be honest. Jenna Ortega has been like, I'm such a fan.
Like, whenever like the casting rumors would come out like a few years before the movie and they said Jenna Ortega, I'd be like, okay.
Right.
Like, okay, you know, like, Wednesday. But like, she kind of knocked it out of the park.
She did. I'm such a fan. I've become a fan. I've never watched her on Disney Channel.
I watched Stuck in the Middle a little bit.
Did you? Yeah, I never watched her on Disney Channel. Or the show that Sabrina Carpenter was on. Was that the same one?
Maybe.
Because Sabrina Carpenter was on a show. I remember seeing the clip where there was a kid telling her
the autism.
Yeah,
Oh God,
she's like,
you don't.
No, you don't.
Let's go tell her you don't. That's so funny.
So yeah, God. It's played by Jenna Ortega. So they can go to the old house for the funeral of Charles. The old house is known as the Ghost House. That is where the host of the TV show, Lydia, that's where her TV show is set at, but not actually at the house. The set is just built like the basement, not the basement, the attic.
Bitch, goodbye.
But I mean, it's so camp. That's just so camp. So to get away from all the commotion of Delia throwing a funeral at, you know, the legendary ghost house, Astrid takes a bike ride into town and crashes into a guy's backyard. They quickly become acquainted and make Halloween plans before Lydia's wedding the same night. So, Lydia drops off Astrid at 125 Jefferson Lane. Lydia brought this up to her real estate agent shortly after, and the agent said that it was a murder house. The boy who lived there killed his parents and hid in his treehouse from the cops until he fell down, breaking his neck and dying. Now, Lydia has to save her daughter from a murderous spirit who is sure to have something terrible planned for Astrid. The only person who may be able to help her in this situation is, do I dare say it? Beetlejuice. So, Vanessa, did you think that this movie holds up to the original?
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. I think that this movie, if you think about it this way, this movie would not stand on its own without the original Beetlejuice.
I 100% agree.
And I feel like some sequels can do that, like execute that in a way where that makes it a good sequel. But it's, I don't know.
That's such a valid point.
I like it, but it's just so different.
Right.
Like, it's so different from Beetlejuice. And in a good way, but it's just like if you're a diehard Beetlejuice fan and you're like coming to the theater. Did you watch it in theaters?
I did. Yeah, the second one. Yeah. I watched the first one in theaters too. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine.
My dumb ass. But like it's just a very different vibe. Definitely, for sure. But I don't think that makes it any less good. It just makes Beetlejuice like stand out more as like the original Beetlejuice.
Right. This one, I think they so like on Rotten Tomatoes and like IMDb, it got like a lower score, but only by like 10%. Like I think IMDb gave Beetlejuice like almost 8 out of 10 stars. But for the second one, it was like 6.7 or something out of 10 stars. So like 1 star less. And then same with Rotten Tomatoes. The one was like 80 something % for Beetlejuice. And then Beetlejuice was like 70 something percent. But I think the reason why this one may have gotten like a lower score or a lower rating was because the original one, it was I think it was unintentionally campy. Like
Yeah.
it was campy. Obviously, there was they had a lot of like campy aspects, but I don't think that they knew it was going to be as like iconic and like stand to this day as it is. So I think for the second one, they tried to like lean more into the campiness, which in a sense like deferred from the storyline, the plot line of it, because they were just trying to like make sure it was funny, which it was still good and it was still funny. But
Yeah.
like you said, if there wasn't the first movie, the second one definitely wouldn't hold up on its own because you'd be like, you need all the exposition for it. So how do you feel about the new characters in this film? So we have Rory, Jeremy, the psycho killer, Wolf Jackson, Afterlife Crime Unit, and Mr. Juice's first wife.
So for clarification, Rory's the stepdad, right? Or the
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Right,
you.
I
I was
did
literally
think-
in my head when I
What the fuck is
read his
Rory?
name right now. I literally was like, "Who the fuck is
What the fuck's
Rory?"
that right?
That's such a dumbass name.
Jeremy's the psycho killer. Wolf
Uh-huh.
Jackson is Willem Dafoe. And,
Yes.
Oh my God, what is her name?
I don't remember her name. That's why I had to
Wait,
put
I'm gonna search
the
her right now.
wife.
Hold Because she's like this gorgeous. I think Tim Burton's wife,
Is that Tim Burton's wife?
maybe.
I love that. I love when people do that. Like Rob Zombie in Rob Zombie's films, he's like a really good horror director, but he always puts his wife, Sharon Moon, in all of his films, and she always eats that shit the fuck up. He's one of those directors that always uses like the same group of people. He always uses his specific like friends and family, but they have that.
Her name is Dolores.
Dolores, the character.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, yeah,
the character.
Dolores. She looks like a Dolores.
Yeah, I think that. Well, at first, for like Jeremy, the psycho killer, he's the ghost, right?
Mhm.
I thought that he was just like a clout chaser. And,
Really?
Like, that was gonna be the twist.
I was sus from the beginning.
Yeah, I was like nothing like something's going on.
Right.
But I didn't think that he'd be a ghost. I feel like that's kind of stupid of me because I feel like that's the obvious plot twist. But I just thought that he was gonna be a clout chaser. But he was a real asshole. I would be mad as fuck. I would be so fucking mad.
Yeah, he was sadly like my type in high school.
Wait, what did he look like? He was just tall and white, right?
Basically, that's what tall, white, and an asshole. If
Hey,
you're out there,
hey, if you're out there,
my
come give me a call.
Instagram is. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, he was. I liked his character. His character obviously like brought purpose to the story.
Never mind. I just looked up a picture of him and chopped as fuck.
I feel it.
Right.
So my favorite one, they kind of replaced Juno was the social worker in the last one in the Afterlife, and they kind of replaced that character with Willem Dafoe's character. And this character was just like camp to a T.
Camp to a T.
My favorite thing was he would always like talk to himself in the mirror about how deep his cases are getting, but then his assistants will be like, "Don't worry, you're an actor." He'd be like, "Thank you."
That's so funny. And I love Dolores. I literally was so obsessed with her the moment that, because she had like the iconic introduction to Tragedy where it was like her hands coming out of the box and like, reassembling her body.
Another Wednesday tease.
Another Wednesday tease. I was literally so very gagged. Like I was not expecting it. I didn't know that there'd be like a villain. My favorite thing in sequels is when they introduce a villain to the villain.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like how all bosses like have their bosses. Like it was just so interesting. The goodification of Beetlejuice in this movie is interesting.
Right. They're like they give him like not
like we get it.
yeah, they give him like not backstory, but like they try to give him like heart a little bit.
Like no shit, Beetlejuice should say a villain. I
right.
feel like,
you can kind of tell Michael Keaton was a little older in this one. Obviously, this was like fucking 30-something years later.
Yes, yeah.
But in the first one, he was very like
Bouncy.
sporadic and bouncy. In this one, he was just more, I'm chill.
Aw, man.
Dolores, for me, that's the kind of characters like, because I like to act and stuff. That's why I'm in theater. That's the kind of characters I like to play because that bitch ain't had no lines.
She had no
That bitch ain't had no lines.
That bitch ain't had no screen time.
Right.
She burned Bob, and
but
then, like, she's
one of the
away.
most favorite characters out of
kinda...
this new movie. But those are literally like the characters I like to play. Like the character I'm playing in the show that's coming up. I'm like the mom character. But,
what show?
Dance Nation. It's at the UIC theater. I'm the understudy. But so the character for that, we're literally just in like every other scene, and I like that because that's just easy work. And then it's usually the supporting characters are the ones that come out, lighten up the mood, get the chuckle, and then they leave, and then the audience is like, "Fuck, where'd they go?" Right. And then when you come back, they're like, "Oh, they're back! Yes,
they're back.
Finally, I'm here. What I'm here for."
It's funny.
Who else? So we did Rory. Okay, Rory. We haven't talked about his bitch ass.
Fuck the hoe.
You could tell he was like a pick me, like personified walking pick me. He's just gross.
He was a clout chaser.
He was the clout chaser for sure. So I guess that makes sense that they kind of have like two clout chaser storylines in the movie. They'd be like, okay, we get it.
Right. No, I literally he pissed me off. But like that was the point of his character. He wasn't meant to be like
likable. Yeah.
Yeah, he was supposed to piss you off. Like that's the point.
And then like at the beginning of the movie, when Lydia, she sees like Beetlejuice during her filming, and she has to like go to the bathroom real quick. She starts to like take her little pill, and he barges in like, "What are you doing?" Because she drops it behind her back, and he throws it away, and then she convinces him to like just let her do it for the rest of the day so she could get through today, and then like he like throws one in her mouth, and then his bitch ass pops one too. It's like, come on now.
Right. Yeah,
you damn hypocrite. Perfect. So what part of this afterlife felt different than the first movies?
I would say because it's a movie that was made later in time, they had a lot more resources, so they were able
budget.
to right, budget mama. They had a lot more stuff to world build with the afterlife. It felt a lot bigger. Like there were multiple areas in the afterlife that weren't just like the doors and the the doors and like the waiting room. Like Beetlejuice had his own office, like the random storage room.
He had his own office and all of his little fucking prospects in there too.
Right, literally. But like it was just so much more big than the last one, and I think that's what sequels should do. They should try to establish world building
bigger.
Literally
bigger.
Literally.
For me, I think what felt different in the afterlife, they had a different color scheme. I think in the first movie it was like orangish.
It was like very like
this one was blue.
Yeah, this
green.
Very very like dim colors. I think this one focused more on dim, and the other one focused more on like neon clashing.
Yeah, right.
Because it was very like ooky spooky. Like that's what made it camp.
Right.
And this one was just like, oh, we're like actually just in like
the afterlife.
Yeah.
This would be like what people would really assume the afterlife would look like, is some dark, ominous.
And that kind of sucks. Like I don't know like why this one wasn't like, it didn't have like the similar camp energy. It seemed like it was trying to be more marketable.
The one thing that I did like about this afterlife, because I love a good like spooky pun, but my favorite thing about this one was the Soul Train.
That was good.
I love the Soul Train, where they take you to your final resting place, they were all just grooving 80s or 60s, 70s Soul Train up in there. It was so good. I was like, okay.
They said that. I was like, oh. Okay.
They ate with that one. So do you think that the characters that stayed in this movie from the original one were accurately interpreted over the course of 30 years later? Like, do you think that, like, Lydia from the first movie, this is what she would be doing 30 years later? Do you think that Delia from the first movie, this is what she'd be doing 30 years later, you know? Same with Beetlejuice. Do you think, like, that is what he'd be doing 30 years later? Because Beetlejuice feels very professional now. Like, before, he was, like, a freelancer,
No, yeah. I feel like Lydia was a pussy. Sorry. Lydia was disappointing to see her 30 years later because, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I don't think she would have been with Rory.
No, she would have not. I don't think she would have been with anyone. I don't know what changed.
Yeah, right.
It was very, like, upsetting to see, like, that iconic, like, goth character who really didn't, or, like, punk, like, didn't, like, really give a fuck about, like, who and what saw her. To being like dog walked by this fucking guy.
Yeah, like dog walked literally.
And I feel like that was a choice because she ends up like fighting against him in the end. So, whatever. However, the person I do think stayed the most loyal is Delia.
Yes, literally.
Yes,
Oh my
yes,
God,
yes.
she like Catherine O'Hara. Literally, is like she didn't skip a fucking beat, and this
Literally.
is what she would have been doing 30 fucking years later
Mhm.
with the modern technology. She would have had all these projecting arts.
Oh my God,
and
when
like,
she was in the house and she was screaming.
yes,
and
right.
everyone-
I invite you all to do the
I
same.
invite you all to do the same. It's so funny. She's so funny. But,
Literally.
like, that's how she would act. Like, that, she kind of nailed it.
Yes.
Like, I feel like since she was a supporting character and she didn't have much, like, there wasn't much in the story weighing on her.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she could just do whatever.
Mm-hmm. I feel like she had a bigger role in this movie opposed to the first one. I feel like the 1st one, it was very minimal, but this one she was kind of like she had her own subplot, you know, because she ended up dying.
The snake.
Yeah, she ended up getting fucking gypped, and the snakes killed her. So then she had to call Beetlejuice too, because you know she went full. She didn't go Karen, because Karens are like racist and like belittling and like stuff. But she was like very, where is your manager? I need to speak to. I'm
that
not
was a very
dead.
funny bit.
Right?
She
She's like, I am not dead. This is not happening. Which is, I mean,
hey, I do the same.
it's
too.
real.
Argue
you know?
for your life.
Who else is from the first one into the second one? I think those are like the main three. Because Charles, they had to kill his ass.
Were the Alec Baldwin and
No, they weren't in this movie. They were talked about. Their characters said that they were able to find a way to rest their spirits. Yeah.
Whatever.
But I think it's because Alec Baldwin isn't like hot for the. I mean, for
no shade, no shade.
Yeah, no for the sense of shade. When you not for the sense of shade, for the sense of realism. When you die as a ghost, you are stuck in that body forever. You don't age. You don't do this. You don't do that. Gina Davis, she could kind of get away with like looking like how she did in the '80s. Alec Baldwin, however,
Alec Baldwin.
No.
That is so crazy. It's so crazy to think that was Alec Baldwin.
Right.
Like, have
he's
you
so
seen
fine
30
back
Rock?
then. Yeah.
Like that Alec Baldwin compared to 30 Rock Alec Baldwin is kind of fucking crazy. Like
don't drink. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't drink, guys. Don't drink.
No, but seriously, so I think that is the main reason. I don't think that not that they didn't want to come back in the movie, but they were ghosts, and the other characters were allowed to grow in the storyline. You know, Lydia was 30 years older. Delia was 30 years older. Lydia had a whole ass kid. And Beetlejuice was able to stay the same because I think of all of the makeup and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
You can't tell. In a sense, he's ageless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's ageless because of how awful he looks all the time.
Literally, like he wake up like that. So I think another question I have is like the campiness of this one. What was for me the campiest thing, the most cuntiest thing actually of this whole entire thing is when they had the funeral at the house. They had a veil on the whole house. Like only Delia would put that is now one of my requests when I die at my funeral. Wherever
if there's not a veil in my whole house, I don't want it.
Yeah,
you guys can
literally spend the money on the veil, not the coffin.
Y'all can just throw me in the ground.
Right.
It's just so funny. Like, who thinks of that?
No, seriously, who thought like that is just so you know it was a queer person. You know it was a queer person.
There was a lot more I could tell, like, they kept that kind of, like, queer energy in the first, because the first Loki had some queer energy. And this one definitely does, too, no matter how kind of marketable it seems. But, yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, no shade, I think that this one, because of, like, the appeal to marketability, has a lot less queer energy than the first one did.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's kind of what makes the first one so camp. Where
it's because they weren't trying. I don't think they were trying to be, like, as marketable as they thought they were going to be, you know?
Exactly.
And so this one, they were literally trying to be like, all right, we need costumes, we need decorations, we need...
That's why so many movies, like, you look back and say, like, oh, they couldn't have made that today. Not just because, like, oh, like, they'll get canceled or whatever, but, like, they didn't really give a fuck. Like, they didn't really gaff about, like, whatever story. They just did what was appealing to the eye and, like, what was... Wait 2 seconds. But, like, what was appealing to the eye and what was actually, like, a spectacle that people could watch. That's what people were focusing on. Why the fuck I eat that? I just ate, girl.
You did eat that. Another, like, See, it gets harder to find the campier things in this movie because it was like specific. They're trying to be it, but I think like we see where in the first movie how they always jump into that sand area with the
Yeah.
sandworm and everything. In this
Yeah.
movie, Astrid's character was smart enough to tell us and notice that there is the moons that were she sees Saturn, so she was able to gather that that was on one of their moons, which is like, how the fuck did they get there?
Like, right.
That's so random. How'd they get there? They also had another like lip syncing thingy in this movie right at the end, right
With the wedding?
For the wedding, yeah, the wedding. I think this one was it was good, but it was performative.
Yeah. It was very like, oh, I see what you're doing. Like,
Right.
oh, I get it. Yep. Oh.
The one who ate the most, like lip syncing wise, was the priest, the pastor. He was given like the little affectations in his like lips. He was doing like little lip quivers and stuff with the song. I was like,
He was
okay,
immersing.
I was like,
Love
okay,
that.
you've been studying.
Studying, mama. That's funny.
Um,
That's really funny.
In the first one, they had to draw a door and knock on it. In this one, Beetlejuice, I forgot why, but instead he just drew a bomb instead on the door.
Bam!
And it just explodes.
That's
And
funny.
yeah, so just like the chalk aspect of that was also like a good that was like a nonchalant camp factor in it.
It's like pushing the boundaries of the world and the rules that were established in the first movie.
Exactly.
Hey, voice crack. To like make something so much better in the second movie.
No, seriously. And then the real estate agent in this one, she's not I don't it's not the same one as the first one, but this one she's not as like she's just kind of there. I didn't like
Right.
her character. She was just kind of there. But she gives,
Uh-uh.
she was there to tell Lydia that that house was a murder house, and that's how like everything gets rolling and stuff. I do think it was cool when she walked into the house that we actually did get to see how like the parents died. Like the dad died with like a chainsaw in his
that
head.
was so cool and so twisted. Like
Right, and then the mom, she had like a mixer in her eye?
something.
It was some sort of cooking utensil in her eye, and I was
But
like,
that was just like such a creative way of filmmaking, like through telling story through film, like not showing the parents and then having that contribute to the reveal that he's
Right.
like a psycho killer or whatever.
right. And that's why this is another like not scary quote unquote kind of horror movie, because like we don't really see like actual physical death occurring without like a knee slapping 1-2 chuckle chuckle at the end.
Right.
Well, honestly, I think that was like perfect. That was Beetlejuice and Beetlejuice.
Why we ate? Oh, we ate.
Yeah, for real. So we have gotten to the part where we play one of my favorite games. This is Slash or Smash. The rules are very simple. I will tell you an iconic horror character, and we will say whether we would slash or smash and why. This week's we have summoned straight from the wandering halls of purgatory itself. Are you ready, girlfriend?
I was born ready. Sure.
I have to grab my crystal ball, you guys. I'm so sorry. All right, first up on the list, we have the cutie himself, Bob.
You made a good point where he's a lot of man under that suit.
Yeah, I don't like kissing anyways, so that works out. His
I would
lips
have
are
to say slash.
Slash.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Bob.
My
Don't
baby
get mad at me.
Bob. It's okay, Bob. Me and you, I'm a smash before she slashes, okay?
More to yourself.
But like, yeah, he's tall.
He's tall.
He's tall, and if his head wasn't shrunken, he'd be even more taller. And
Baby.
that's kind of like the vision. I'm seeing the
Baby.
vision. Next is Jeremy Fraser. That is the psycho killer white boy.
Ooh.
Should we say it on the count of 3? 1,
1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Slash.
Oh. Yeah, no, I said slash too. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. This picture doesn't do him service. Neither does
doesn't.
anything else.
Right.
He's a psycho killer who's kind of weird.
Right.
But
This
I
was
don't
my
know.
type. That's the only reason why.
who does not like a quirked up white boy?
Right.
Until they hurt you.
And then, tall, skinny white boys are just
hey.
they have
It's vanilla.
yeah. So yeah, he wouldn't be on my list to smash.
No.
Just because like I swore off white boys after my last one.
Mm-hmm.
It's traumatized forever, and I'm sorry. He will just be the repercussions of that. Next is Delia Dietz. I'm gonna smash.
I'm also smashing.
She's
Sorry.
a kiki. She is a kiki.
She's a kiki.
I would feel like I'd never be bored. Never.
But like smash in the sense of like spiritual, like the idea of smash.
Right.
Drop my bracelet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I like that. A spiritual smash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, spiritual.
Next is Lydia Dietz. So in the first movie,
she's like 14.
I think she was 19 in this. Right?
Let me fact check that. Hold
right.
On. Wait, give me 2 seconds.
But I was gonna say, in the first movie, her vibe is more my style. But in the second movie, I'm gonna have to say no because she loses her cunt factor in it.
The second, she's 16.
16, okay. If I was a 16-year-old in the 80s.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey. I feel like she lost all of her. I'm gonna have to say slash on both because I feel like she lost all of her style. It just looks like she's a Lydia impersonator with like a wig on. No shade.
Yeah, they did give her a bad wig.
Bad wig.
The next one, they could have I would have just cut my real hair for that one.
Right.
I feel like they gave her the bang was hers and the rest of this was all just not.
Yeah.
So next, Beetlejuice.
When he was alive, probably smash. But slash. I know. This picture,
So, hear me out.
Mary. I'm hearing.
Hear me out. This is somebody who has probably a lot of experience, a lot of resources. He has connections in the afterlife where if, we're all going to die one day. So why not be suitably prepared to live lavishly when I get there, and I would be down to get the juice loose.
Hey girl. Hey.
All right, next up we have I usually only do 5 characters, but I feel like everybody would have been like, okay, why didn't you guys say that? But it was the obvious one. This is Astrid Dietz. Jenna Ortega.
I would have to say slash, unfortunately.
Slash? Oh my great.
In concept smash, but no.
So, I'm gonna say slash to the character, but that dress she's wearing. So this is her striped dress where she's riding the bike right before she crashes into the dude's house the first time. That dress is the cuntiest dress I've ever seen. I want it so bad. Mm-hmm. I need it right now.
Christmas.
Sure. Right. And I'm going to smash for that dress. Mm-hmm. I'm still the dress. And then after that, we'll slash. Yeah. Awesome. That was so fun. Perfect. There is one last little thing before we wrap up today's episode. So we have almost dug a hole big enough to fit this topic into. But before we go, this is the part of the show where we answer chilling inquiries from our crypt keepers. So today's question is, to the hottest sleep paralysis demon. On Halloween, I went to a costume party as one does. I dressed as Link from Legend of Zelda and I met a really cute clown. I became infatuated with him quickly because he didn't talk at all, just made really cute gestures. Whereas me, I don't shut the hell up. Perfect match, right? I was vibing. We did that one move where one person pretends to pull you in with a rope and the other person jumps in closer and closer. Yes, we ended up Netflixing and chilling. In the car, but it was really good. He stayed silent the whole time. I thought at first he wasn't trying to be loud because we were in the parking lot outside the party. Then I was thinking, okay, if he's quiet during the resolution of this activity, then I'm going to be a little weirded out. Yep, silent. I tried to make small talk as I was putting on my clothes when we were finished, but he just kept sitting there with his cigarette lit, smiling. Every time I tried to ask a question, he just took another hit of his stogie, and with each hit, his smile got bigger and bigger. I couldn't contain the words I was holding in, and I called him an effing weirdo and jumped out of his car. I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I swear I keep seeing him. Yesterday when I was waiting for the train, I swear I saw him on the other side of the track in the same effing clown costume. It's November 2nd already, yet he's still in that costume. It's kind of hot. I'm sort of into it, but I don't want him to think that I'm into it. but like also I don't want him to think that I'm not into it. What should I do? I'm not trying to put myself in a final boy situation, but like I also want him to be my final boy, you know? Help. Yours, Ghoulie, the boy who woke up when September ended.
I would like, honestly, like, you gotta start edging him, like baiting him. You have to get his Instagram and you have to post their straps every day.
Right.
And you have to post a hand picture with another like clown hand.
Honestly,
just
that's
gag that.
genius.
Why did I just
That's
eat?
genius.
Oh my
Ooh,
God,
and if you
gag.
could even take it further too, you can like do that when how people take pictures like of their friend groups and all their feet together. You can take pictures of like
And
your
it's like
cute.
clown shoes.
Yeah, and it's a clown
Shit.
shoes.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Genius.
Or you can like start doing like an Instagram live, and in the Instagram live in the background have that little clown horn pop off every couple of times.
Babe, stop. I'm on live. Babe. Oh, that's so funny. I wish this person luck.
Right. This would be it sounds like a guy. This would be a gay
this
guy.
real?
Who is this real? It's from the afterlife. So, you know, there's some people there's some people out there who they got some problems.
They got a lot
But
of stuff going on.
Here at She's in the Crypt, we listen and we don't judge.
That's the real tea.
So, yeah, definitely don't put yourself in a final boy situation. You need to tease him enough, but make sure give him like enough to go on where he knows that he can't do anything like crazy and that you will one day be with him, right? You know, you don't want like,
and then if he gets a new human girl, you have to kill him.
yeah, I mean at that point,
is this person a boy or girl?
it's a boy, I think.
If he gets New Deal trade, you have to kill him. You have to kill him.
Right. Perfect. I'd like to thank my guest, Vanessa Kaufman, for hanging out with us today. Vigorous Vanessa, do you have anything to plug, like an Instagram or a podcast?
Love that word, vigorous. My personal Instagram is mvlovely, like the word, 5213. So mvlovely5213, no space. And then my podcast is Diva Alert.
Yes.
My podcast is Diva Alert. It's on Instagram as Diva Alert, DIVAALERT _UIC. And it goes up every Thursdays from 4 to 5.
Perfect. And you can tune in to that at UIC Radio on the YouTube channel. Thank you to UIC Radio for publishing this podcast. But most importantly, I'd like to thank you, the Crypt Keepers, for digging this grave with me and our guest. But today, unfortunately, the graveyard is closed. So until next time, we'll leave this episode in the crypt. Farewell and bad dreams. Make sure to follow the podcast on Instagram at She's in the Crypt for updates about shows and upcoming guests. Follow UIC Radio at UIC Radio on Insta and subscribe to the UIC Radio YouTube channel so you won't miss a single episode every Monday at 10 a.m. And you can also check out other shows on our network. The podcast was created, written, and edited by Naomi Dillon Sass. Hey, and published by UIC Radio. Music by Arthur Benson, A Friendly Ghost, and sound effects from epidemicsounds.com. If you can't get enough of She's in the Crypt, you can check out my bi-weekly blog, Crypt Collections, every other Saturday morning at 10 a.m. on the website uicradio.net and find me in the blog section. Bye.